Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. Come on everyone, admit it. When Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, how did you feel? Were you going, yeah, I've always wanted Ben to play Batman? No, you didn't. You went, shit, this is shit casting. I don't want Ben Affleck as Batman. Even if you didn't go on Twitter and say it, you said it inside your head. When I first found out, I was like this. I was like, and then I was like, hang on a minute, this could work. He's proved to be a great actor-director in his own movies. This could work. And imagine him writing and directing his own Batman film. So then I kind of calmed down and I thought, this could work. So everyone was going on and on. I said, look, I'm going to give the guy a chance. And it turned out he played a pretty awesome Batman. Even in Justice League, where the direction by Whedon was so different to what Zack wanted him to do. But I think Zack's vision for Ben Affleck's Batman and Bruce Wayne worked for what they were doing. But it's like Eisenberg. Eisenberg is a great Lex Luthor. He's very different. But I wouldn't have cast him as Lex Luthor, just like I wouldn't have cast Affleck as Batman. So there's a report here, which I want to read you. Basically, pinch of salt time, tinfoil hat time, right? This could be all BS. So let's just read it. New report says WB is disappointed in Ben Affleck. Well, see, the problem is here, before I read this article, Ben Affleck suffers with alcoholism. It's not easy for him, but also you have to look at these things before you employ people. The thing is, this is all about Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan wanted Ben to direct. He actually wanted him to direct Man of Steel. And actually Ben was very magnanimous and honest. He said, listen, I can't do this. This is too soon for me. It's too ambitious. I'll fail. And so that's interesting. And I think he played Batman, not because Zack wanted it so much, but Chris wanted him involved. So let's read this article anyway. It's fair to say that Ben Affleck's tenure as Batman has not gone how he expected it to so far. From the initial backlash against his casting to the triple critical... I'll tell you what, right? Shall I tell you what just happened? And this is frustrating you, it's frustrating me. It just jumped, right. We continue, because I don't want to start this video again. From the initial backlash against his casting to the triple critical takedown of all three DC films he's been involved in. Basically, all three DC films. Oh, right, because he was in Suicide Squad. He was awesome in Suicide Squad, by the way, and he was awesome in Batman v Superman. So shut it, right. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad and Justice League. It's no secret that Affleck isn't happy with the situation. Well, actually, that's news to me. But have you spoken to him lately? No. In fact, rumours abound that he'll soon up and leave the franchise with WB, having no choice but to recast the all-important role of the Dark Knight. The whole thing has surely caused some bad blood between the two parties. And now Revenge of the Fans, right, are this site. I mean, I used to follow them, but they're not a great source. They come up... Do you know what? They're one of these people who keep on saying they've got sources and they've heard this and they've heard this, heard that. Hardly anything, right? Hardly anything they say ever comes to pass. They're as reliable as John Campion, the whole DCEU reboot. Still waiting for it, John. Right. He's claiming that their sources are telling them, here we go, that Warner Brothers is disappointed that Ben Affleck has failed to become the face of the franchise. Apparently the issue is with the fact he didn't RDJ this thing, Robert Downey Jr. they're implying. In other words, WB was hoping Affleck would be the DC version of Robert Downey Jr., who's been such a successful mascot for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, really, you shouldn't have picked Affleck if that's what you were doing it for, because he isn't Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is a personality. Ben's very talented, but he's not a big personality. As with all the rumours surrounding Affleck's relationship with the DCEU, you should probably take this with a grain of salt, yes, we know. If true, though, then it could have major consequences for the actor's future with the franchise. No. Word has it that Ben Affleck is looking to back out of the Batman with director Matt Reeves, eyeing Jake Gyllenhaal as a possible replacement. Jake Gyllenhaal's already come out. He's already come out and said he's not doing it as a possible replacement. If the studio really is feeling that Affleck's letting them down, then it sounds like a mutual split between the two parties could be on the cards. In many ways, this would be a shame. Most fans rate Affleck's take on both Bruce Wayne and Batman quite highly, often citing him as perhaps the most faithful version of the Caped Crusader ever portrayed on film. There's definitely room for his interpretation to grow too. This promise may not be enough for WB though, as they were clearly hoping for some instant Iron Man-like success, and obviously this whole endeavour has been anything but that. Still, the DCU will soldier on, and as we wait to hear more on the future of Ben Affleck's Batman, we can all look forward to Aquaman swinging into theatres December the 21st. But the rest of us all over the world have already seen it, because you Americans can't be trusted to give good films good write-ups. Right, so that's that article. So apparently Warner Brothers are disappointed with Ben Affleck for not being Robert Downey Jr., right? This seems like a really old article, but I just found it on Twitter. Basically, right, I just wanted to do this and read this out to prove to you the BS that is out there. And, you know, I've just spoken about Revenge of the Fans. Listen, this is a great clickbait article, but it's bullshit. Do I think that Warner Brothers probably thought he could be their Robert Downey Jr.? Maybe, most probably. Ben Affleck's a very famous guy, a very talented guy. Maybe they thought that. Maybe they didn't think things through. I mean, surely they knew he had trouble with alcoholism. It wasn't a new thing. Listen, he is a pretty good Batman. He did a great job in BVS. I think, personally, he's gone. I think he's been gone for ages. I don't think there's any way around this. I just don't think anyone from the studio has really come out and said, no, Ben Affleck is our Batman, always will be our Batman. All we had at Comic-Con before, when they were promoting Justice League, Ben goes, I'll be Batman as long as they want me to. That's not very reassuring, is it, Ben? Right? So basically, I can't see him continuing to be Batman. There's definitely more chance of Henry Cavill remaining as Superman, and according to Jason Momoa, that's the case. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Ben was leaving. I think Ben has left, but I don't think Ben's left from his own accord. No one leaves a situation like this voluntarily. Batman is one of the biggest, most iconic, most challenging roles for any actor, and no actor's going to walk away from it unless he's got a queue of projects as long as my arm. And I've got a pretty long arm, as you can see, right? So, yeah, he's gone, as far as I'm concerned. But this article is just mishmash, right? Yeah, there's some truths in it there. But I don't think in this space in time, WB and Ben Affleck have any issues with each other. I just think they'll give him other projects to do, and that'll be that, to be honest with you. I don't see him coming back as Batman. I think this has been the case for some time. I think he's been out of it for a long time. If I'm wrong, I'll come on here and apologise. But from this moment in time, I feel Ben Affleck is no longer Batman.